my Harley is getting very loose. Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well in these testing times. So, the last few days, I've kind of noticed that my Harley Davidson Sport Glide, the Softail, which I ride and I love, with the M8 engine, of course, it's starting to feel a little bit loose. The handling is a little bit loose, vague at times. Now, I know my tyres are coming to the end of their life a little bit, so that's one thing. But every now and again the suspension feels as if it's just a little bit not quite there. The throttle response sometimes just is just a little bit delayed, or there's a little lag in power sometimes, just slightly. But then other times it's absolutely fine. It feels as if the bike could do with a really good service and a really good going over. Funny that, I've got my 15,000 mile service coming up on it. Know what I mean? But one other thing that I've really noticed on it, apart from the other things which I just think the bike is aging, it's maturing, so you're kind of getting to know all its little idiosyncrasies, let's say, all its foibles, or whatever the word is. But one thing I've noticed is that my fuel economy seems to be getting a lot better. When I first got the bike, I was doing in the region of about 205, something like that, on a full tank. Now it's 220, 225, 230. It's good. You see, getting loose doesn't necessarily mean that the bike is getting bad. It's just loosening up. Now, it's been loosening up all the time, and obviously there's a point where it might get too loose and you need to rein it back in. Now, this could be the case where I'm learning Portuguese overnight, and next week I find out I've got a brain tumour. Remember that movie? Could be a similar kind of thing. Something could be preparing to let go at some point. I don't think so, but you never know. But it's always good to really try and get as much feedback from your bike as possible when you're riding, and try to analyse how it's riding on certain surfaces. But I think definitely the tyres, they're coming to the end of their life, although they've still got a lot of tread on them, would you believe? I think the suspension is more to do with the setting according to my weight. Now, I don't know if I told you, but the last few months I've been on a bit of a health kick, and I have been losing weight, and I'm just wondering whether that is kind of making a bit of a difference to what I would normally know in the past. It kind of ties into the time frame as well. Definitely the brakes need a bit of attention. Now, we'll be doing a brake flush at some point in the future. I'm sure I'm going to have to analyse the moisture content. The last time I did it, it had 2. I think it's going to be getting on for 3 now. It's been about a year since I've done that, so I think that's due. Probably a spark plug change, maybe the HT leads. I'm going to fully inspect those, see if they got any wear. But it's still running fine, there's nothing wrong with it at all. But I think it's getting to that point where I think, over 2 years, 15,000 miles, it's been a great servant. Now I just need to give it a bit of TLC as it starts to loosen up, start to get loosey-goosey. You know what I mean? But she's doing all right, the old girl. She's doing all right. But do you ever find that yourself with a car or your bike? After a while things start to loosen up a little bit, and it can be a really good thing. It's just starting to come into its own, it's starting to mature, but you just want to make sure that it stays that nice loose and not get into a bad loose. Do you know what I mean? Let us know in the comments if you have that as well. But yeah, it's running right. There's that odd little sound every now and again, that odd little rattle that I'm always trying to analyse. I think at some point I'm going to be looking at a compensator change. I am thinking about upgrading the clutch as well. I am looking at modifications to the clutch. I am looking at other little upgrades as well. Not necessarily engine power per se, but changing a few things on the bike. So there's lots of things which I'm considering, and it's all based upon that feeling and that feedback I'm getting as it's getting a bit looser. Do you ever have that? Let us know in the comments below. Anyway, I thought I'd just share that with you because, well, it's getting loose and it's good to share. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. And I'll catch you again on another video coming very soon. Ta-da! Watch out for those service videos coming very soon, over winter. Lots of them, I would imagine. Ta-da!